Welcome back. This is the third video on the fourth unit of Robotics and Automation course. This is intended for the students of Aerospace Engineering of SNS College of Technology. I am Dr. Ilangovan from the professor from the Department of Aerospace, and I am taking you through the third video. Okay, let's look at the syllabus. In the syllabus, last time we covered the PLC introduction. We also covered the input and output devices of PLC. Here we will look more about the SCADA and its programming requirements. Now let's go ahead. In the output devices, just refreshing what we had done last time, we saw the various types of valves, how the PLC operates these kind of gadgets or devices, the valves, the motor starters, horns and alarms, stack lights, the control relays, pumps, printers, and fans. Okay. Now these are kind of some of the output devices of a PLC, and we saw this in the last unit. Just to revision of the last few slides there, control valves here receive the signal from a controller such as a PLC in order for it to move, resulting in a change in flow. Whether it is rotating or some kind of actuator will be there, and based on that the motor will operate, or the actuator will be operating, and then the valve member can close or open based on the signal. Now, because the PLC signal is electrical, the control valve may require a device to convert that electrical signal in so that it can operate. Okay. Now, the various kinds of valves we have seen in Coimbatore, being in valve industries are plenty there in Coimbatore. We should understand that there are industrial valves being produced here, both in for the liquids, fluids, semi-fluids, semi-solid valves, etc. All these things are being produced here. Now, L&T ADCO is another large producer of the valves. You have the KSB valve in Coimbatore. You have the CRI, the pumps, okay, pumps in Coimbatore. Now, rotary valves, um, global valve, needle valve, etc. All these there. Cooper Cameroon valve is there in Coimbatore. They use a lot of these kind of valves. They use a butterfly valve which just swings over the center and moves around. And then we have the motor starters. We have seen this, horn alarms, stack lights, the control relays, and the pump. This we have already seen. The printer is another device that accepts the text and the graphic output of a computer and transfers the information to a paper, usually to a standard size, either it's a A3 or A4 size paper. Okay. Now, what is SCADA? SCADA is a supervisory control and data acquisition. The data that the device produces is acquired by a software. Okay, and it is stored for various other purposes. It is a supervisory control and data acquisition is the category of software applications for controlling the industrial processes, whether which is gathering of data in real time. Real time means when the machine is working from remote locations. Either you can be there, or you can be in a remote place and try to collect the data from there in order to control the equipment under conditions. Okay. It is a system, and it is made up of two components. One is the PLC programmable logic controller, and the other one is the remote terminal unit. Okay, that's a RTU, and these are the equipments when you have the PLC collecting the data, and the data gets stored in this. Now, the working of SCADA is like this. The SCADA systems acquire the data from the sensors and the network devices connected to the PLC. They measure the parameters such as parameters that they measure are something like speed, or temperature, weight, flow rate, gaseous emissions, and pressure, etc. Now, this raw data is then sent to a PLC to process, and then on to a human interface human machine interface for a human operator to analyze and make additions as required. Okay, so that is working of a SCADA. Now moving on, we will look at the lot of the sensors that are being used in robots. Robo sensors are used to measure the condition of a robot and its surrounding environment. Now the sensors pass electronic signals to the robots for executing desired tasks. Robot need suitable sensors that help. A robot is more like a human being. You have all the kind of sensor there, the sight sensor, the body balance sensor, or the gait, the audio sensor, the fluid sensor, the pressure, the speech, taste, focus, and smell. Now, all these kind of sensors are there. It will be quite interesting that to see to watch this video. This is given in the link, and, they explain clearly like the various applications of the robo sensor.